Happy holidays, everybody. I wanted to take just a few minutes just to reach out to say hello, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate in this moment. Just wanted to take a minute to celebrate all of you. This has been a year like no other, at least for our generation. There have been many years of trial for generations before us. But I think for many of us, we can't remember having quite so many challenges during this year. I took over as exec in January. It just seems like that was 5 years ago, and it was just not that long ago. And who knew what was coming around the corner? And yet, so many people during this year have just worked so diligently to bring a sense of creativity and energy and support to those that they're working with. And I know that, traditions have been put on the shelf. We can't gather like we normally would. And many people are missing that. But I love to think about the folks that we support. When I think about resilience, and I think about some of the folks that we surround ourselves with every day who were taken from their families as children and sent to Oregon and Washington as children, and separated from their families and raised in an institutional setting, and yet they were resilient. And they came back to Anchorage. Some were at API, and some were housed in different settings. But we started to open a path to community. And yet, how many years did that take? We have suffered for 9 months. Many of the people that we support had to wait years. And yet they forgave and moved on and were joyous. They had physical disabilities, and yet they wake up expecting something good each day. They've had staff come in and out of their life and abandon them, and yet they expect joy. So, as we might struggle in this moment, thinking and wishing we could have what we can't have this holiday, I just ask you to think about perspective and the lessons that we've learned about resilience from those that we support. And we can be grateful. We can say, my goodness, I still am able to get food at the drive-thru. I can get my coffee. I have a roof over my head. I have my family that I love, and also want to be sensitive to those that have lost family this year. Some due to COVID, some due to other illnesses, but there will be empty plates at tables around Alaska and around the country. And we just want to, wrap our arms around all of you that may be mourning during this holiday season. And there's some of you that are just marching forward with joy and figuring out a new path to celebrate the holidays, whether it's via Zoom, whether it's still putting on your Christmas gear and still having opportunities to connect in unique ways. There'll still be a holiday of joy. So I think Christmas has always come quietly for me, and I think for all of you, it's individual. But as we run this marathon, where the finishing line keeps changing, you have energy to get here, and then somebody keeps moving the line, and we just have to rev up our energy even more. I encourage you to be grateful for simple things, and encourage you to take one step at a time, because you don't need to take the extra mile. You just need to take one step at a time and look around you and see how you can ease somebody else's burden in the moment, and how you can be so appreciative of the lessons learned from those that you support, where through their years of struggling with either physical challenges or intellectual challenges, where they have been restricted their whole lives in some respect, and we have been partnering to lift those restrictions so that people can live meaningful lives, that the lessons of resilience are right in front of us every day. So blessings to each one of you this holiday season. Just so grateful for everyone's tenacity in working through this interesting year of pandemic. And just be grateful. Be grateful that you're a little bit more resilient and you're a little bit more creative and adaptable. Because how do you learn to be adaptable unless you have chances to adapt? I'm humbled to be your executive director. I'm grateful for the team that surrounds me, that surrounds you, and I wish you all a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas.